Hey everyone, good evening. It's Lovelle. I'll give it a few minutes for everybody to hop on. Hey, welcome. Hey Rosie. Good to see you. I'll give it a couple minutes. Hey Paige, thanks for joining me this evening. Hey Lauren. Good to see you guys. I'm totally casual tonight. Worked out a little earlier and just haven't had time to hop in the shower yet. Got a sick girl. She just got back from UCA Nationals, big competition this weekend for cheerleading. So I've been tending to her since I got home because she just got back from a day at Disney and she's pretty exhausted. So, Rosie's back from Chi-Town. Hey guys, if you just want to pop a comment where you're tuning in from, that's awesome. It's a minute after 9 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll get us started tonight. Hey, Bobby from Tallahassee. Hey, Casey from Louisville. Hey, Kim. Good evening. It's good to see you guys. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started and just talk a little bit about why I think building a business with Arbonne is such a smart decision to really create a life that you love, because most of us know we only get one life. There's no do-overs. And the most precious thing that we have, in my opinion, you guys, is time. And we all get 24 hours in a day. And it's what we make with those 24 hours that can really determine where our life goes. So I'll just share a little bit about my journey with Arbonne, because this is honestly the last thing I ever saw myself doing, you guys. I had no desire to start a network marketing business. I didn't know anything at all about skincare. I didn't know anything about health and wellness. But, you know, when I heard the information that I'm going to share with you tonight, something inside of me was stirred. And I knew I wanted to start using these products and switch my brand. And I'll share a little bit about my journey, about why I decided to, excuse me, get started with the business. So my name, I think I said, I don't even remember, is Lovelle Augustine. I'm an executive regional vice president with Arbonne. And so I've been with Arbonne now for 12 years. And when it was first introduced to me, it was by a friend of mine. And she called me up and she said, hey, Lovelle, you know, I'm starting this business with a company called Arbonne. And I literally, like, if she could have seen me, my eyes, I'm sure, were like, oh, here we go. Like, total eye roll. Because I knew it was a network marketing company and I really didn't want to have anything to do with it. At the time, I owned a title insurance company. I still do. Back in 2006, I live in Florida. The real estate market was booming. I was making a really solid 6-figure income. My kids were 2 and 5 years old. My husband's an attorney. He was traveling all the time. And I just told her, I said, listen, I don't have time for anything else in my life, but I will hear you out because I want to support you because you're a female and I like to support women in their businesses. And you can see that on my Instagram post today. I think it's such a smart thing. So thankfully I did. And I'll go over with you like what she shared with me that night. But I initially told her I would sign up as a consultant because I just wanted to switch my brand and shop online for the products at a discount. And I wanted to get the biggest discount. I was no dummy. I'm a numbers girl. And I was like, I'm just going to sign up just to shop at the biggest discount. So that's what I did. And what ended up happening was I just wanted to share with my friends and family what I'd learned, because I didn't know the importance of you know, what we were putting on our skin and how that impacted our health. And as I started recommending the products, I started getting a little paycheck. And I thought to myself, you know, my background is in banking and finance. So I've always been like a numbers geek. I just kind of thought, you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have a plan B. So I just kind of played with it. It was like a hobby for me. I'd mention it here and there, but I wasn't really on purpose with it because I had my title company and I was a mom and I was busy. So I kind of just played with it for a couple of years. And then 2008 rolled around, the bottom fell out of the real estate market, and my 6-figure income went to zero, just like that. My husband's income was cut at the same time. He's not in real estate law, but he does a different area of law that was also impacted by some of the laws that were changing within the state of Florida. So it was a really scary time for our family. We were at the time looking at pulling our kids out of public school to put them in private school. We were having some issues. And I knew if I didn't do something, we wouldn't have options. And thankfully, I had Arbonne kind of tucked away, and I pulled it out and just said, you know what? I told my husband, I know other women and men. There's a lot of men who build this business now too, especially with the virtual aspect of it. I know a lot of people who've made this successful, and they've built six-figure incomes. If they can do it, I can do it. And you guys, I just started building my business more on purpose and sharing this information with people. And I'll tell you what the beautiful thing about it right now is, and why I'm so excited about building this business in today's day and age. Because 12 years ago, when I started my business, we were doing parties. And that's one of the big reasons why I said no, I didn't want to do this, because I didn't want to do parties. I didn't see myself as that person. But I did it because that's what worked then. But now, today, as you guys can see with technology and social media, like, the world is our oyster. We can connect with anybody, anywhere. I mean, you guys who are tuning in are from all over the US, and, you know, we're globalizing. So this is such a smart business to be able to build alongside what you're already doing. This isn't a business where you have to quit your job and just focus on Arbonne. I don't really know anybody who's done that until they get to the point where they say, okay, I'm done with my day job. I can walk away from it now because I'm making enough money with my Arbonne business. I still, I make great money with my Arbonne business. You guys, I've been able to build a six-figure income with Arbonne right alongside my title insurance business. I coach cheerleading at the middle school level. I'm still a busy mom. This builds right into your everyday life. So what I want to share with you guys is a little bit about our company, a little bit about our ingredient philosophy, what makes Arbonne different, and a little bit about the industry and the compensation side of Arbonne. So I'll get started and just start out by telling you guys a little bit about our founder. His name is Petter Mork, and he was a Norwegian botanist. And when he dreamt about Arbonne, he really wanted it to be a place where people could flourish. And he always really had a heart for helping women. And he always said, you know, if we could help more women become millionaires, we can change the world. And that's one of the reasons why he started Arbonne, and he started it through the network marketing model. So we were founded in 1980. And when you're looking at building a business, you want a business that has longevity and that's weathered the ups and downs. And Arbonne has gone through several economic cycles, and we are still growing strong. So that's really important when you're looking at partnering with a company. So what he did is he started out by commissioning some green chemists in Switzerland to develop some skincare products. So Arbonne, you know, 39 years ago, just started out as like a handful of skincare products. That's it. And what he did is he moved his family from Europe to the United States because he knew here in the US that we needed healthier and safer products. So we actually were started in Oklahoma, and we have since expanded globally. We are currently in the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, Poland, New Zealand, and we're just getting started, you guys. And as you can see, with social media and technology, our world has become such a small place, and we can connect with people face to face like this so easily. When I started this, we didn't have the ability to do that. I don't even think I was on Facebook when I first started my business. But technology has grown so much, and it's important to know too, like, how our economy is changing, because you can really, if you look at the trends from the past to today, and this was something I had in my Instagram post earlier today, it used to be that 90% of people 150 years ago own their own businesses. They were employed by themselves, and 10% of the people worked for somebody else. Today, that's flip-flopped. So 90% of the people are working for somebody else, and only 10% of the people own their own businesses. And a lot of times that's because it can be cost prohibitive to start your own business, but it's also because for years, that's what we were taught to do. We were taught, you know, from the time we start school to go to school and get good grades, and then get out and get into a good college and go to school and study hard and get good grades and get out and get a good job. That's what I was taught. I was in banking for 10 years. I had a great job for 10 years. But today, you guys, the average job, somebody's at the average job for about 4 years. And the days of having a secure job where you're going to start there when you graduate until the day you retire and be able to get a pension and benefits, those days are gone. So it is really smart to build a side stream of income alongside what you're already doing, because you do not know what's going to happen. There are no guarantees in life, and it's really smart to be prepared for impact. And that's exactly what this business has allowed my family to do. As it's grown, we've been able to build a wall of financial security around our family that nobody can tear down. So a little bit about Arbonne as far as our ingredient philosophy. You know, we have always had a commitment to be transparent and authentic with our ingredients. And we always are continuously challenging the status quo. We do research and development. We want to make sure that we are on the cutting edge. And if we can make a product better, we do. We will go back and we'll reformulate it and make it better. We just reformulate our protein shakes to include methylated vitamins, which means they're more easily absorbed and utilized by the body. And that's really important for people who have this particular genetic deficiency. I don't know that I want to call it a mutation, but they have an inability to utilize these vitamins because their body doesn't produce the particular enzyme to break it down, I guess. So Arbonne actually uses these methylated vitamins and their bodies can absorb them. And, you know, that's the kind of company we are. If we have an ingredient shortage, we will not compromise our standards. Whatever product it is, we will just put it on hold until we can get that ingredient to meet our standards and start production again on that particular product. So Arbonne, if you haven't heard, we are the #1 global clean brand for healthy living inside and out. And that is something I am so proud of because, you know, we started out as a skincare company. We have since expanded. We have almost, I think, 400 products, maybe over 400 products. I haven't sat down to like count. You'd think I would since I'm the numbers geek, but I haven't yet. But it's amazing that we have something for everyone in the family. I counted up one time and I use 40 products a day that Arbonne offers. My husband uses 28 and my kids use the products as well. And I like to say we have something for babies all the way through to boomers. So we have something for every age, for men, women, children, it doesn't matter. We have something for everyone. And the great thing about our products is that they're consumable. So when people run out of them, they order them again and again and again. So when you're looking at this from a virtual perspective, building a virtual franchise, what that does for you is you are able to show people how to shop online for themselves. So instead of going, like, I don't really shop anymore for my products at the department stores or at Whole Foods or CVS or Target or wherever I was going. You know, I was going to all these retail establishments before Arbonne. What I did was I just switched my brand to my own Arbonne store to shop online at a 35 to 50% discount. And then as I showed other people how to do the same thing, I was able to earn an income. And I could recommend products at Macy's or Bloomingdale's or wherever all day long, but they're not going to give me a thank you check for recommending them. But that's what happens in Arbonne. So let me go back to our ingredient philosophy, because our ingredient philosophy is second to none. And this is what initially intrigued me. So we have, this was one of the questions I put on the post before we hopped on this live tonight. So you may or may not know this. I didn't know this before my friend told me, but in the United States, we have banned about 11 different ingredients from being used in our products here in the U.S. So just to give you a comparison, in the European Union, they've banned about 1,300. So U.S. about 11, European Union about 1,100 to 1,300. It's a pretty big difference. And Arbonne has always adhered to that European Union standard, but we actually have taken it a step further, and we have banned over 2,000 different ingredients from being used in our products. And to me, as a busy mom, I don't have time to read labels. I love the fact that Arbonne made it so simple for me and I don't have to read labels anymore. So you know that when you're shopping with Arbonne, they've done their homework and that we have the absolute safest ingredients that are going to work. And that's important because we buy products because we want them to work for us. You know, you could rub coconut oil on your face all day long, but you might not get the results you're looking for. So we're going to use the absolute safest of science and the best of nature. That's what Arbonne does. And everything we have is plant-based. We're toxin-free. We surpassed the European Union standards. I already had mentioned that. We actually have a commitment to purity that exceeds the organic standards, because in the US, we have a standard called organic. In other countries, they don't even have an organic standard because they don't need it. So we source our ingredients from all around the world. So we actually like to say that we're better than organic, because we test our products on the front end and then we test them again on the back end to make sure that nothing has been contaminated in the process. And that's really important, because you could have a dull strawberry field, for instance, and that strawberry field could be an organic one. And then right next to it, they could have another one that's not certified organic. And if there's runoff from the non-organic into the organic, and they're not testing it on the back end, then there's a pretty high probability that those organic strawberries have been contaminated from the non-organic field right next door. So it's important to know that the products that you're using are being tested on the front end and the back end. That's super important to me. We are non-GMO. We don't use genetically modified organisms. We are gluten-free. We are BSCG certified, which stands for Banned Substance Control Group. So for athletes, that's really important. You know, we have an incredible line of sports nutrition, vegan, protein, energy drinks that are all natural, B vitamins that athletes, whether they're a serious athlete or just like me, the casual athlete, that we use, and you want them to be safe. So they're not going to give any sort of crazy results in a professional athlete or an Olympic athlete or anything like that in their blood work or any testing that they do. So we're also vegan certified and PETA approved. That is something we're super proud of, because PETA is not a very easy standard to live up to. And we have their seal of approval. So we're really proud of that. We won't even go into a country where they do animal testing. We don't use parabens or phthalates. Both of those are preservatives. Parabens are actually a preservative that have been linked to breast cancer, and we won't use those. Phthalates are actually a hormone disruptor, and they hide phthalates in the term fragrance or parfum. So it can be hidden in there because of trade secrets. So you don't know if phthalates are in the product unless the company specifically states that they formulate without them. And with all the hormone disruption that happens today, that's just one thing that we don't want in our products. So that's why we don't use it. We don't use any mineral oil either. We don't use any sulfates. We are OU kosher certified. We are all sustainably sourced, and we don't use any artificial sweeteners, colors, flavors, nothing. So for me, when looking at products for my family, that was huge. And I love the fact that I didn't have to read labels anymore. It just made it easier. And like I said, we've got something for everyone, and everything we have is consumable. I like to say that we're a one-stop shop, and we're kind of like a healthy Amazon. We're not owned by Amazon or anything, but you know, I go online and shop for stuff for my family on Amazon that I can't get from Arbonne. But on Arbonne, when I go online to shop, I can get everything at my consultant discount, and we have a really great program for preferred clients too. So I'll explain that in just a minute. But I'm going to transition a little bit now into the network marketing industry, because honestly, you guys, this is the thing that I was the most skeptical about, because I went to college and I got a finance degree and I'm a business person. And when my friend told me she was doing this, I just thought it was small. I didn't think anybody made any real money with this kind of thing. I thought it was kind of hokey, and I thought I was too good for it. And so that's why I initially said no. But the more I learned about it and the more I did a little bit of research, I realized what a smart industry this really is. And all network marketing is, it's social marketing, social commerce, whatever you want to call it. We all do it every single day. It's basically just word of mouth advertising. And we are asking each other for our opinions or recommendations all the time. And with network marketing or social marketing, we're just getting paid for our recommendations. And all it is a distribution system. So what we're doing is we are cutting out all the middlemen. So if you think about a traditional retail product, it sits on the shelf. But before it gets to the shelf, it has to go from, you know, the warehouse, the manufacturer, to the warehouser, to the wholesaler, to the retailer, to the advertiser. There's all these people in between, all these middlemen that take a cut, but there's no value added to that product. So every step along the way, it's marked up, and then we buy it. So we're paying all these middlemen, but there's no value added to that product. In network marketing, we just cut out all those middlemen. So more of the money goes to pay us as consultants for using the products, recommending the products, and to go back into research and development to create better products. So it's a really smart distribution system, and more companies are seeing the value in doing business this way because it's just smart. And what you're doing when you're building a network marketing business, you guys, you are building what's known as asset income versus wage income. So asset income is something that is going to be ongoing into the future, and you can rely on it whether you're working or not. Wage income is what most of us are used to. So like when I was working in banking, I worked, 40, 50, 60 hours a week, and I would go into the bank and I would give them my time and they would give me money. So you're exchanging time for money. And what happens when you're in a job like that is it's an exchange. So there's limited time because you're only one person and you can only work so many hours. So limited time means limited money. When you're building an asset income, like what you're doing with a network marketing business, I don't want to go total banker nerd on you guys, but it's like building an annuity. An annuity is something that will continue to pay you month after month after month, year after year after year into the future. That's what you're building with a network marketing business. And it doesn't only rely on you. So what happens is your income is produced by hundreds or even thousands of people in your organization who are all shopping online for their own products for themselves and their families. And some of those people are recommending and building a business because they love the products and they recommend it to other people. They're building a business with you. But you're not finding all those thousands of people because nobody knows enough people to be able to build this to the top of the company. But the beauty of this is like people know people. So think about it as a family tree. So, you've got a couple people at the top and then it starts to grow and blossom. That's exactly what happens with your network marketing business. And again, the beauty of this becoming more of a virtual business. Now, I love people, you guys. I do. I love people. And if somebody asks me to get together or something, absolutely. I am so happy to do that. But I love the fact that I'm sitting here behind the screen after my workout in my hat, and I don't have to worry about, running and getting all pretty and going and taking a shower and all that stuff. Sorry, guys, you guys are stuck with me, but at least you can't smell me, right? So anyways, that's the beauty of this business and being able to build virtually, because that is really where our economy is going. There are studies that have been done that show that with the digital age coming, 70 to 80% of jobs are going to be disappearing in the next 40 years. And half of all millennials today are going to be competing with robots for jobs. Guys, I have a 17-year-old and a 15-year-old. And you better believe when they turn 18, they already know about Arbonne, obviously, but I'm going to encourage them to build their business because that's what's happening with our country and with the economy. So many things are changing. Like, think about the retail establishments. I went to the mall for Christmas to do some Christmas shopping, and Sears was closed. I didn't even realize it because I never go to the mall, but I couldn't believe that Sears was closed. And of course, we all know, Blockbuster I grew up on Blockbuster, but that's no longer. Netflix is where it's at. So that's what's happening with our entire economy. So it really is smart to build a virtual business alongside what you're doing, whether it's a plan B, whether it's to be able to have an additional stream of income to help you pay off debt, build up your savings. A lot of us, myself included, I've got to think about taking care of my parents who are aging. They're in their mid-70s and they're still going strong. I want to be able to help take care of them. And then, I've got kids I've got to put through college, and then I have to save for my own retirement also. So this is something that just helps to be able to build a stream of income for whatever it is you want. Maybe you want to give back more, start a nonprofit, pay off debt, put a down payment on a house, come out of college debt free. There's so many different options for why people build a business like this, and we build it part-time anytime, right alongside what we're already doing. I tell people I'm probably the busiest person on the planet, but I will tell you guys, busy people do well at this because there's not a whole lot of time to waste. So it's a very low startup cost compared to a traditional bricks and mortar business. I owned my title insurance company for 10 years roughly. And I had a bricks and mortar business. I had employees, I had rent, I had phones, I had insurance, I had all kinds of expenses. $7,000 a month to be roughly exact on that. With this business, you don't have any of those kind of ongoing expenses, you guys. It's not like you have a ton of overhead. Really, there is no overhead. You pay $49 to start your Arbonne business. That pays for your website. There's no ongoing fee for a monthly website. There are no required recruiting numbers. There's no required sales. I like to say there's no gotcha with this. You can build this on your own time, 5 to 10 hours a week, and you can build a network of people and teach them how to do the same thing. And it's kind of like cloning yourself. So everywhere where you have a business partner, you can think of it as another little virtual franchise within your global franchise, if you will. And it really allows people to become an entrepreneur without the traditional startup costs. One of my friends who I used to work with at SunTrust, she was looking at opening up an Einstein Bagels in the suburbs of Atlanta where she lived because they didn't have a bagel place. They wanted her to have $750,000 in the bank before they'd even talk to her. $750,000. Most people I know don't have that much money just sitting around to be able to start up a franchise. And then basically what you're doing is just buying yourself a job, because then you've got to put in all the hours and all that. This is very much a part-time thing, but it's work. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's effort-based, and what you put into it is what you'll get out of it. So some people, when they get started, are just looking to earn an extra couple $100s a month. And I don't know if you know this, but just $300 a month is oftentimes all it takes to prevent a family from having to file for bankruptcy. So even just $300 a month can really be significant to help put food on the table or pay for gas or whatever it may be. That's the first level of management, $250 a month up to about $1,000 a month. And you can get there as a team of one, not even, building a team. But as you show other people how to do what you do, that's how you move up the management levels. And we only have 4 management levels. So area manager is the second level of management. The average income there is $1,200 a month to $3,000 a month. And just think about what an extra $12,000 to $36,000 a year could do for you and your family. That's significant. The third level and that level is where you can will your business. So that's where you've got an ongoing income stream, and Arbonne says, okay, you can now leave your business to your kids, to your church, to your favorite not-for-profit, but you've got an ongoing income stream that's going to continue because you've shown other people how to do this, and they're shopping online with Arbonne, so you can leave your paycheck down generations. You're building a legacy when you build an Arbonne business, and that's just at the second level of management. The third level of management is regional vice president. That's where you earn our company car, which is a white Benz, which is awesome. The average income is $5,000 to $10,000 a month and up, and this is the life-changing income, guys. This is where people can leave their jobs, be home with their kids, pay off debt, whatever it is that they're looking to do. And the top level of management is national vice president. And this is what I like to say is like the gangster money. You can earn an average of $22,000 a month and up. And you guys, there are people in Arbonne who are earning 6 figures a month with this. This is the future economy. Virtual business is exploding, and this is such a smart decision. Our company car is a white Benz. As a regional vice president, they give us $800 a month to pay for our white Benz. As a national vice president, they give us $1,000 a month. We have annual incentive trips. My family and I have gone on 10 of the last 12 incentive trips paid for by Arbonne, and they're so much fun. We have great incentives. Arbonne just sent us such a sweet Valentine's Day gift that I'm not going to say in case vice presidents are on and you haven't gotten it yet, but oh my gosh, I got teary when I read the card. We are so appreciated and so loved on. They send us Tiffany gifts for Christmas. They send us flowers on our birthday. It's just so nice to be so appreciated. We have a few different ways that you can be a part of Arbonne. I'm going to wrap this up. So you can be a preferred client, and a preferred client is somebody who just wants to shop for the products online at a discount. And to become a preferred client is kind of like becoming a member of Costco or Sam's. So it's $29 to sign up, and that pays for the entire year, gives you access to your own website. You get your own login, and you shop online for a 20 to 40% discount all year for $29 one time. If you like that discount for that year, then you can renew it again the next year and the next year. And the great thing is we don't require auto ship. You don't have to have any monthly minimum purchases, and we have certain criteria when you hit a qualifying order that you can earn free shipping, and you can also get free products. So it's a really, really great program for you to just be able to switch your brand, save time, save money, and have everything shipped directly to you from Arbonne. And you know that it's a brand that you can trust. And then to become a consultant, that's what I do. It's $49 to start your business, and that gets you your personalized website, so you can go online and shop from your website, and you can show other people how to go online and shop from your website. And that allows you to shop at a 35 to 50% discount, and allows you to participate in the compensation plan. That $49 is a one-time fee. To renew your Arbonne consultant account every year, it's just $29. That's it. So there's no gotcha with this, you guys. It really is. It's a smart business. And I like to wrap it up just by saying, think about where you are on a scale of 1 to 3 and get back with the person who invited you on this evening. So if you're a 1, you're just interested in learning how to shop online for the products. You maybe want a little bit more information about what we have to offer. We've got nutrition, skincare, cosmetics, spa products. We've literally got something for everyone. If you're a 2, you're intrigued by the business, but you're not quite sure how this could fit in. You need a little bit more information. Maybe you've got some questions you want to have answered. That would be a 2. A 3 is like, you get it. I'm totally in. I want to get started with my business. How do I get going? And just get back with that person who invited you on tonight. Let them know if you're, a 1, if you're a 2.5, if you're a 3, wherever you are on that scale, just let them know, or they'll circle back with you and find out. But I just so appreciate your time and attention this evening on learning the benefits of building a virtual business to really create a life that you love. Because you guys, my family has been so blessed by this Arbonne business. And it's not just about the money. It's not just about the bends. It truly is about the amazing friendships and the incredible people that you meet as you're building this business, and also what you can do with the money that you earn and that you're able to give back. And it's not just the money, but it's the time. You can donate your time. You can donate money. It really is such an incredible thing to be able to, just be more, do more, have more, so that way we can give back more and just really make this world a better place. So thanks, you guys, for being on with me tonight, and I wish you all a wonderful evening. God bless you all. Take care.